bullets. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Nerfan16 Retro Kid here on YouTube, and as I kind of teased yesterday, here is my quick vlog-ish review on Expendables 3, not 5. That's the theater. So yeah, my thoughts on the Expendables series. Sorry for the scratchy voice. It could be worse as an action series. As a concept, it sounds kind of cool, having a lot of old school, new school action heroes coming together to in what essentially is basically the Avengers of action genres. It had a good idea. For some reason, people thought the R rating was a little too soft. Like, it could have gone way more in the first two. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of on the same fence on that as well. Mainly more on one because it was like the first time we got to see all these guys work together. It was half a disappointment, but the third act for that had a good explosions all around. Probably done a lot better than Bay ever could. So there's at least that. The second time around was, well, kind of a forgettable plot. It could have been, again, like way more than it should be. And it's in the same category here for 3, but one slight problem. It's PG-13. Probably because they just realized that they couldn't either have any more budget for the blood effects, or they just ran out of ideas how to keep it an R rating. Most likely. It didn't really hurt the film. It still had the same action you came to expect from the last two, in case you were following the series like me, which is extremely easy, to be honest with you. As you may notice, the cast here is quite large. That's kind of what a lot of Expendables movies tend to be. You tend to up as many guys as you could. This case was kind of like a next generation kind of vibe, because the kids they had to be like the new school were like heavily unknown. Like, I'm assuming at least half these guys probably have an MMA background. I would assume. So yeah. Another thing, spoilers ahead if you guys want to really go see this. I don't know if it's still in theaters. If it is, probably a local, like, $1 Cinemarts or some shit like that. Surprisingly, Mel Gibson did a pretty good villain performance than the last couple of guys, so there's at least that. Like, I think he's just on Martin Riggs mode again. I would see that when they were doing the last, like, fight with Stallone, and as you also may know, as I'm bouncing around the plot. But before I go any further, the whole reason why Gibson and Stallone are having that big fight in the end, again, if you saw it in theaters, was mainly because of Old Spice guy Terry Crews. Wow, worth using this for once. Get on with it. Whoa, where the hell have you been, and how did you see this movie? Legally? More like getting a clean bootleg? Maybe. Continue your vlog. I got something important to discuss. Oh, cool. So yeah, overall, the movie could have been a lot worse. There were some standout moments, at least shootout-wise. The new half kit, the Expendables, we're using a lot of good modern-day kind of tricks, side hacks, robot attacks, and you all saw after zipline. But for PG-13 rating, it wasn't that bad. It could have been way worse. Everyone who, as far as the old school cast, Harrison Ford was the one with the least lines, I assume. Probably goes Star Wars at the time. They all had their moments. Schwarzenegger was underused compared to the last couple of movies. The only, like, old school line he was saying a lot, if he was trading off anybody, was Choppa. And yes, Predator's line of Sue, but I don't know. But as a kickoff movie to Snipes' coming back to the business, I think he did an okay job with this half of the film. He opened it with him coming out of the prison through jail, no less, through a train. So, two things. One's a money train reference, and another on his tax evasion. Yeah. Other than that, that was a cool action sequence. And him just standing at the guys going, yeah, we're not done yet. And he just goes in and just, like, blows up that place. Like, yeah, you're just gonna do all that and not have an explosive ending? Yeah, I know. But for real, everyone did a cool job. The whole angle on Stallone's character was like, oh, we're finally getting too old for this shit for reals this time, and we gotta really think the future and all that crap. It's okay. I just really wish it was utilized. I'm not saying more, like it would understand a little better in some of the dialogue, but again, this is the Expendables series. You're gonna have to take what you get. Um, Jet Li is at the very freaking end of the movie. I'm not even kidding. He's like probably on the third act only. But no, he did a good job, despite being on chopper duty and could have done more kung fu than the MMA guys were doing. But that's just me. So, what's on the docket for next week? Oh, Batman. I'm glad you asked. You're a superior Spider-Man guy. He wasn't kidding. He kidnapped your writers and put him back in that movie you hate most. I didn't even review it yet. Exactly. You thought to future-proof your reviews. Well, that sucks. You gonna get him out? Yeah, under one condition. What is it? You do this movie. Oh, Assault on Arkham. Great. So I get to sit through Crazy Clown McGee. No, you're sorry. Oh. Well, that's just great. Well, with that said, he was Nerfin 16, Retro Kid on YouTube. And if you're listening, anyone who's out there, I am the Knight. Later. Yeah, what he said. Batman review tomorrow. Laters.